Picks of the week.
Courtesy of AT&T, they sent over a Nokia Lumia 920 for me to review, and I've been using it primarily full-time for a couple of weeks, and they wanted me to do a review and to be honest about what I like and what I don't like about this phone. I know Michael had a Lumia 920, so I know he's going to be able to kind of chime in here with some of the aspects of the phone, some of the things that he likes. First of all, to talk about what it looks like and how it feels, this is a phenomenal phone. Just if you're looking for design quality and you're looking for the craftsmanship of the phone, I don't think there's anything on the market currently that beats this. This is one of the most well-built phones that I've ever used, and I've used a lot of phones. As you can see, very different UI. It's tile-based rather than it just being icons and icons and icons where you scroll and you go backwards and sideways to do it. Very unique UI, which I actually like. One of the things that people don't like is the UI, and it's very difficult to kind of get a hang of it. But I gave this phone to a couple of people that really don't use smartphones, and they really got the hang of it. So I really think it's just a matter of getting used to and breaking the mold of what kind of products we're used to using. Some of the things that I really like is, like the video and music feature that they have here. Podcasts are available. You could download music. You could download videos. As it was loading, actually. Let me load it up again, and I'll show you here. Michael, did you download anything on when you had it? Did you use the podcast feature and all the other stuff?
Yeah, I would recommend, you have YouTube on there. I would recommend the app MetroTube. What a beautiful app. The way you look at, it's basically comment, like, even upload YouTube videos. Really, really nice. But you can stay in the Windows Phone ecosystem with the standard stuff. Like you said, everything is integrated and really still have a great experience, a very enjoyable experience. I think the messaging feature with everything unified is really attractive. Kids Corner is cool for parents that have to watch what they can, handing a kid a phone and not having to see anything. But I have to say, man, I don't know why. It's basically, I think Windows Phone is the least customizable and the most customizable at the same time. It's basically that start screen, but you can make any kind of staggered kind of like Tetris style block setup that you want with double wide, with smaller ones. You just can't go wrong with it, and it does not slow down.
No, it doesn't. And that's the amazing part of it. And to kind of talk about the specs and the actual usage of this phone, something that I really noticed and that I really appreciated was no matter how many applications I use and no matter how demanding they are of the CPU and the video on this thing, there's no sluggishness. There's no slowdown, which was a huge thing. When I'm using my Google phone, my Nexus, or even the iPhone, if I'm running something that's a little heavy in the graphics, I'll feel the software kind of gets sluggish, and you really don't get this on this. They've really tuned the phone and the software. It's kind of tuned together, which is great. So a couple things that I wasn't crazy about. Really, the only thing I wasn't crazy about this phone was the lack of applications, which it wasn't that big of a deal, but something like, okay, there's no YouTube app on this. There's a YouTube app on every other phone on the market, but there really wasn't. And I was using a mobile thing where it just takes you to the site. But like Michael said, there's a different application you could do. The podcast app, they have their own, but there's a couple podcasting apps that really do well. Their marketplace is getting better. There's a full, wide range of Nokia applications on this thing too that you could use. I really like the TuneIn application to listen to podcasts and to kind of listen to on-the-go music on this thing and on-the-go talk radio. My biggest problem was the camera. I had an issue with the camera where everything was a little green when it comes to the white balance. And I've heard this complaint from other people, and they said, well, there's an update that fixed it. I feel that if you're in a room with a lot of lights, like if I'm in the studio, I'm going to take a picture right now in the studio. So if I take a picture here, there's a green tint to everything. And I went to my in-laws' house, and I took a couple pictures there too. And there was a little green tint when I was using the auto white balance. If I turned the auto white balance off and I kind of selected the white balance I wanted, it was great. It worked really well. So I guess it's not able to determine the proper white balance. I don't know if you had that problem, Michael.
Yeah, I did. I did. And, you know, this is another thing that you only have a chance. I mean, they've already used up how many first impressions, Nokia, with devices and what they've did with the 900. That needed a software update too that never really came for it. Now with the 920, same thing. It just seems like technology for everybody, not just them, but everybody across the board. Just when they come out with something new that's supposed to be cool and they hype it up, then they say after it's released, hey, just be a little patient, a little forgiving with us. I don't think that's cool. That's like putting something in our hands that you damn well know this camera needs an update. And now we're still waiting for that update. You haven't gotten it. You know, up until this day, March 1st, 2013, how many weeks or months has that phone been out?
Yeah.
They still have not fixed the camera. That's unacceptable.
No, I think it is, and I think that's a problem. I tried to use the cameras at many places as I can, and I still had that little green tint to it. Another aspect of the camera that I absolutely love is the fact that I could take multiple pictures with this thing, and depending on which shot I liked, I could kind of crop your head out of that and then select the right picture for that image. So I can manipulate it on the go, which is phenomenal. It's great. City Lens is pretty cool. Nokia City Lens, so you can hold it up and it'll show all the restaurants and all the businesses in front of you. Overall, I say this is, hardware-wise, phenomenal phone. I absolutely love the phone. Software-wise, a great operating system. The apps still need some development. We need some more apps for this thing. But I really think Windows and Nokia, they're onto something here. And they're doing something, Microsoft and Nokia, I should say, they're onto something here, which they're offering you a very unique experience with the phone, unlike anything else on the market. And I'm hoping to see, you know, the incoming generations of these devices. I'm really excited to see what they're going to be able to put out in the coming years, because the total integration of applications like Twitter, Facebook, and the Xbox stuff goes a long way for me. And this is a pick for me. I mean, it's a thumbs up in my court. And I'm excited to see what they do with this.